Meso-American. Its intellectual revolution. Presentation of Group A. First, let me discuss to you what is the meaning of intellectual revolution. It is referred to the Greek speculation about the nature period before Socrates, roughly 600 to 400 BCE or before the Common Era. It showed how society was transformed by science and technology. To know more about the Mesoamerica, it is a historical region and cultural area in North America. It extends from approximately central Mexico through Belize, Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, and northern Costa Rica. Within the region of pre-Columbian societies flourished for more than 1,000 years.
Mesoamerican Intellectual Revolution. One of the great agricultural revolutions in human history took place in the valleys and river drainages of central Mexico, beginning in the 7th millennium BCE. By 1500 BCE, village life based on agricultural food production spread in the Valley of Mexico and communities began to grow. In this formative period, artisans produced thousands of small figurines made of clay with applique decoration. Mesoamerica is defined by a mosaic of cultural traits developed and shared by its indigenous cultures. Beginning as early as 7000 BCE, the domestication of cacao, maize, beans, tomato, avocado, vanilla, squash, and chili led to a transition from hunter-gatherer to sedentary society.
Mesoamerican civilization. The Olmec Empire, the first major Mesoamerican civilization, developed in the tropical rainforest of Mexico's Gulf Coast. Invented calendar system of writing made up of carved inscription. Mayan Empire, complex agricultural society, established large city sales, farming and trade, men farmed, women turned the crops into food. Farmers paid taxes in foodstuffs to support the city-state. Architecture, built pyramids and palaces. Agriculture, grew enough food to support large populations. Aztec Empire, developed an accurate calendara and established schools. Doctors learned to set broken bones and dentists learned to treat dental cavities. Invention of canoe. Inca Empire, Temple of the Sun. Built in the capital, it was so strong it could withstand the power of major earthquakes. Engineering, system of roads that extends 12,000 miles and include bridge and tunnels. Quipu, a system of knotted ropes to keep records that only experts can interpret.
We will now discuss the development of science in Mesoamerica. The Mayans' knowledge and understanding about celestial body was advanced, and they are predicting eclipse, and they also using astrological cycles in planting and harvesting. Now, the Mayan calendar system. It is used for planning activities and observing rituals and cultural celebration. It was made up of 18 months of 20 days each, plus a period of 5 days at the end of the year, known as Wayeb. Next is Mayans developed technology for growing different crops and building elaborate cities using ordinary machineries and tools. They also built looms for weaving cloth, and they also created number system based on the numeral 20 and developed the concept 0.
How did the Mesoamerican advance modern science and scientific thinking? The Maya civilization was well on its way to developing a true science. like the Olmec, Zapotec, and Mixtec. The Maya knew how to make paper. This allowed them to record all knowledge on long strip of paper, which they folded harmonica style into looks. It is not clear why declining influence of region has to be seen as an indicator for the decline of civilization. Thomson, 1954, observed a change in Maya building activity from religious to mainly secular architecture around 650 AD. But as we have seen in several other civilizations, they all have the point where science separates from the region. A magnetic object found in 1966 was shaped as if it was to be used to indicate the direction. This find strongly suggests the Meso-American civilization knew about and used magnetism. In some sculpture, the North and South Pole are in the most conspicuous poisonous, for example, an example at the north end at the head of a frog or turtle.
What controversies met the revolution? Mesoamerica is that an area defined by relative contiguous culture from the arid areas of northern Mexico to the tropical areas of the Guatemala and Honduras. In the south, the area encompasses great ecological, linguistic, and cultural diversity. It is one of the regions of the world where the cultural revolution arose independently, and the great civilization of Mesoamerica were built upon foods such maize, beans, and squash. Faces of Mesoamerica. Perhaps the most ubiquitous artifacts in the Americas is the figurines made of ceramic, stone, and wood. This fascinating sculpture represent both real and mythological people and animals from about 1500 BCE onwards. Figurines are found individually and in sets laid out to represent scene of daily life. Central Mexico. Pyramid of the Sun from the Pyramid of the Moon. One of the great agricultural revolution in human history took place in the valley and river drainage of the central Mexico, beginning in the 7th millennium BCE. West Mexico, the shop tomb tradition, the archaeology of an area unknown. In the 1930s, a few large pre-Columbian figurines of a previously unknown style surfaced in the world art markets. Guerrero Mezcala culture, Upper Balsas River. Mezcala culture arose in the middle and late formative periods c. 1200 to 200 BCE in the upper reaches of the Balsas River, also called the Mezcala River. Mexican Gold Coast. The Olmec, one of the Mesoamerican earliest civilization and one of that profoundly influenced later complex societies, arose in the Gulf Coast state of the Tabasco and Veracruz. Oaxaca is the home of the Zapotecs and Mixtecs and is the well known for one of the most significant prehistoric sites in Mexico and Monte Alban. Maya civilization arose from farmers in the small village in the highlands of Guatemala and adjacent lowlands of Guatemala, Honduras, Belize, Yucatan, and Chiapas, beginning about 1500 BCE.